This is the Why I Hate and Love Pickleball podcast. I'm Bill Wong. I have not recorded an episode in many months because I've been teaching pickleball at a fitness facility and I completed my 300-page manuscript. Over the past several months, I've learned a lot about pickleball. I've been teaching everyone from juniors to mature adults. I've learned a few things. First of all, there's two types of players. One who make an effort to improve their game and those who don't. The ones who make an effort to improve their game usually get better. They're very intentional. They work on their strokes and determine what is not working and what they need to do to improve. Sometimes that entails taking a lesson. I've taken a lesson. When I first started playing pickleball, I took a lesson over at Chicken and Pickle in Grand Prairie, and they helped me walk on the right path to improvement. And now I am a certified pickleball instructor. Here are the 5 things that I've learned about the sport. First, it's very difficult. From watching not only adults to juniors to mature adults, it is very difficult sport. This is not easy. It requires a combination of physical strength, movement, ball sense, and coordination. If anyone tells you that this is a simple sport, they are lying. It is very difficult. Number 2, the more you play, the better you get. You can accelerate this process by the amount of time, the repetitions that you put in, and your mindset. And it does help to have a prior experience in other paddle sports, such as ping pong, tennis, or badminton. Number 3, juniors have an advantage because they have a clean slate. They have fewer bad habits. Many of the older players I've worked with, they have a bad habit that they can't get rid of. And in some ways, many of the mature players who I work with, they have bad habits. And it's very difficult for them to exercise themselves of those bad habits. They carry those bad habits with them and they refuse to eject them. I believe there are thousands of ways to improperly execute a stroke, and there's only about a dozen ways to do it properly. And when I mean by proper, I mean repeatable, that will not break down under duress. And the duress might be exhaustion, might be fatigue, might be the stress of a match. In reference to the mind, it is very important to have a positive attitude, an attitude of growth, that I am willing to learn and get better. Because sometimes you need to throw away old strokes because it is limiting your development. It is also important not to care about how you look in the short term. I had this mature adult the other day, and she said, I don't care how I look. She has an opportunity to become a very good player because she doesn't care. When I was studying a foreign language in Japan, I cared too much for the first few months that I sounded silly. And after I got over that, I started speaking Japanese much better. Finally, natural athleticism. It does help to have a natural athleticism. However, many of the natural athletes I've been working with, they don't have the experience of paddle sports. I've been working with this young man who's a former football player who does not have any paddle experience. He was not able to execute certain strokes like the one-handed backhand flick. He just wasn't able to get it. It is not from having natural athletic ability. It is just a stroke or a mechanic he was not able to replicate easily. He needs to put in a little bit extra time in order to get that shot. And on occasion, when someone hits a third shot drop to his backhand, he needs that shot. In addition, many tennis players cannot transition to pickleball. In the back of the court, many of the tennis strokes do translate well to pickleball. However, when you move up to the non-volley zone line, it is different. It's more of a pushing forward motion. and you cannot step over the non-volley zone line, so you need to hold back a little bit of your weight when you hit an attacking shot. It is a different sport, and many of the tennis players can't get over that. They constantly want to drive. Unfortunately, they are limited in their growth. They are not able to expand their mind. I've seen many students take lessons month after month, and they do not seem to be getting better. Also, I've seen players who are playing 40, 50 hours a week, and they still make too many unforced errors. I'm not sure if they're self-aware of their mistakes or if they are being intentional in what they want to do to improve their pickleball. I'm guessing it's a lack of intentionality and learning and a mindset. It does not hurt to take a lesson from somebody who knows what they're doing. I hope you enjoy the sport, open your mind, and work hard to promote proper habits and eliminate the poor ones. This is the Why I Hate and Love Pickleball podcast. I'm Bill Wong.